Have you ever sat down after a nice meal, maybe lunch, maybe dinner, and felt like your energy just vanished? 1 minute, you're feeling okay. The next, you're barely keeping your eyes open. Now sure, everyone gets a little sleepy sometimes, but if you're noticing it happens more often after meals, especially as you get older, it could be your body's quiet way of asking for help. Because post-meal fatigue, feeling sleepy after eating, isn't just an inconvenience. For adults over 60, it can be an early warning sign of something much deeper. Blood sugar crashes, insulin spikes, even the beginnings of muscle loss, all silently working behind the scenes. And the longer it's ignored, the bigger the ripple effects can be. Energy loss, muscle weakness, poor balance, greater fall risks, even heart strain over time. But here's the good news. When you understand why it's happening and how to make a few smart, simple changes, you can reclaim your energy, protect your muscles, and stay strong far longer than you might think. If you've ever felt drained after meals or wondered why your strength isn't what it used to be, subscribe now, because small shifts could make a big difference. Let's explore why this happens and why it's so important to pay attention. First, let's uncover what's really happening inside your body after eating. When you eat a meal, especially one rich in carbohydrates, think bread, pasta, rice, sweets, your blood sugar naturally rises. That's normal. Your body digests the food, turns some of it into glucose, and pushes it into your bloodstream for energy. But if your body struggles to regulate that surge, a problem that becomes more common with age, you may experience what's called postprandial somnolence. That's just a fancy term for feeling sleepy after meals. In younger people, the body quickly and efficiently handles this sugar surge. But for seniors, insulin resistance often creeps in. Insulin resistance in seniors means the body's cells don't respond to insulin as well, forcing the pancreas to pump out more and more just to bring sugar levels down. This roller coaster ride, high spikes followed by sharp drops, can leave you feeling utterly drained. And it's not just feeling tired after eating, it's a full body slowdown. Your brain gets less glucose, your muscles relax, your blood pressure may dip slightly, and all you want to do is nap. But here's where it gets serious. Repeated blood sugar crashes after meals aren't just a passing inconvenience. They're a red flag that your metabolism is under strain. And that strain, over time, can silently start eroding your strength. You might think it's normal aging when you can't get up from a chair as easily, or carry groceries without feeling wiped out. But often, it's the quiet effects of poor glucose control setting you up for early signs of sarcopenia, the gradual, dangerous loss of muscle mass after 60. Fatigue after heavy meals is just the beginning. Without intervention, it can snowball into muscle weakness, balance issues, and even reduced independence. So if you've ever brushed off that sleepy slump after eating, if you've ever felt like food that should energize you somehow leaves you heavier, slower, and foggier, now you know. It's not just in your head. And it's not something you have to accept as normal. We've seen how certain foods and blood sugar crashes can steal your energy. But there's an even bigger concern about muscle loss after 60. And here's the part that doesn't get talked about enough. When your energy keeps crashing after meals, it's not just about feeling sleepy for an hour or two. It's about what happens to your muscles, your strength, and your long-term health. Because every time your blood sugar swings wildly, high spike, deep crash, it creates microscopic stress in your body. And if your muscles don't get a steady supply of energy and nutrients, something dangerous starts to happen quietly in the background. Your body begins breaking down muscle tissue to compensate. It's called muscle catabolism, a slow, steady erosion of the muscle fibers you desperately need to stay strong, mobile, and independent. And for adults over 60, this process can accelerate shockingly fast. In fact, researchers have found that without enough muscle stimulation and nourishment, you can lose up to 1% of your muscle mass every year after age 60. And that's under normal circumstances. Throw in repeated post-meal energy crashes, poor glucose control, and low physical activity, and that rate can double. Now, how does this connect to your everyday life? Let's paint a picture. Imagine you finish lunch, maybe a big plate of spaghetti or a hearty sandwich with chips. An hour later, you're so tired you sink into the couch. You skip your afternoon walk. You postpone that quick trip to the store. No big deal for one day, right? But string a few days together, then a few weeks. Suddenly, you notice you're breathing a little heavier going up the stairs. You can't carry as many grocery bags without stopping. You need a little more help lifting yourself out of that low armchair. It's subtle at first, almost too easy to brush off, but it's the early signs of something real. Sarcopenia, the age-related muscle loss that robs millions of seniors of their strength, balance, and confidence every year. And once it starts, it feeds itself. Less muscle means lower energy. Lower energy means less activity. Less activity means faster muscle loss. It becomes a vicious cycle, a downward spiral that can quietly, almost invisibly, shrink your world. That's why feeling tired after eating isn't just a harmless quirk. It's often one of the first clues that your body's energy systems and your muscle reserves are under pressure. So let me ask you, have you ever felt your strength slipping, little by little? Have you noticed everyday tasks getting just a little harder, even though you're trying to stay active and eat well? If so, you're not alone. And I'd love for you to share your experience in the comments below. Because sometimes, when we talk about these quiet struggles, it reminds others they're not facing it by themselves. And here's the truth you need to know. It's never too late to interrupt that spiral. Even small, consistent changes to how you fuel your body after 60 can make a powerful difference. Because your muscles are still capable of repair, renewal, and growth, no matter your age, if you give them the right support. Good news. Small changes can rebuild your energy and strength. Good news. Small changes can rebuild your energy and strength. You don't need a complete lifestyle overhaul. You don't need to swear off every comfort food forever. You just need a few simple shifts that respect how your body's needs change after 60, and how you can fuel yourself wisely after every meal. First, let's talk about smart meals. One of the biggest triggers for that overwhelming sleepiness after eating is meals overloaded with refined carbs. White bread, white rice, pasta, sugary desserts. These foods can spike your blood sugar fast, then leave you crashing hard. Instead, focus on building what nutrition experts call balanced plates. That means combining protein, healthy fats, and fiber at every meal. It doesn't have to be complicated. Imagine a lunch plate with grilled chicken, a handful of roasted vegetables, a small side of quinoa, and maybe some avocado. Simple, nourishing, blood sugar friendly. Proteins, in particular, are critical for you right now. They don't just keep you feeling full longer, they provide the amino acids your muscles desperately need to stay strong and rebuild themselves. And here's something many seniors don't realize. As you get older, your body actually needs more protein to maintain muscle, not less. Adding a high-protein snack between meals, like a boiled egg, a small handful of almonds, or a little Greek yogurt, can work wonders for preventing those brutal post-meal energy drops. Now, let's touch on something just as important, but often overlooked: hydration. As you age, your sense of thirst naturally declines. You might not even realize you're mildly dehydrated until you feel foggy, fatigued, or strangely sleepy after eating. Water helps regulate blood sugar absorption, supports circulation, and keeps your metabolism humming. Aim to drink a glass of water before each meal, not just after you're thirsty. Think of it like preparing your body's engine, giving it the smooth fuel flow it needs to process your food without crashing afterward. And there's one more small but mighty trick. Move a little after you eat. I'm not talking about running a marathon. Just standing up and taking a slow, easy walk around your home or stepping outside for 5 to 10 minutes can make a huge difference. Light movement after meals helps regulate blood sugar, improves circulation, and gives your muscles a gentle reminder. Hey, stay active, stay strong. Studies have shown that even 5 minutes of light walking after meals can dramatically reduce blood sugar spikes and crashes, especially for seniors. That small habit could be one of the most powerful ways to prevent that sleepy slump from taking over your afternoon or evening. And here's something beautiful about these small changes. They start stacking. One better meal leads to one better afternoon. One better afternoon leads to more movement. More movement means stronger muscles. Stronger muscles protect your energy, balance, and independence. And it all starts with these tiny choices. Of course, if you find that extreme fatigue after meals keeps happening, even when you're eating balanced meals, staying hydrated, and moving a little, it's important to bring it up with your doctor. Sometimes persistent post-meal fatigue can signal more serious issues like severe insulin resistance, cardiovascular problems, or early nerve damage. It's always better to catch those warning signs early. And you deserve answers. But for most people, simply understanding the connection between post-meal fatigue and their daily habits unlocks a whole new level of control. A chance to stop feeling like energy is something you have no say in, and start realizing it's something you can actively build. Let's quickly recap what you can start doing today. If you're feeling sleepy after meals, it's not just in your head. It's often a real physical response to how your body is handling blood sugar swings. And it can be an early warning sign your muscles are asking for help. But you have powerful tools within reach. Choosing balanced meals with protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Drinking water before you eat. Adding just a few minutes of easy movement after meals. These tiny changes can ripple outward into stronger energy, stronger muscles, and a stronger you. And remember, it's never too late. Every time you make a small choice to support your body, you're investing in your future strength, your independence, and your joy. If you found these insights valuable, go ahead and like this video and share it with someone you care about. You never know. One simple conversation could change someone's entire outlook on aging well. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one meal tweak you're excited to try starting today? Whether it's adding more protein, sipping water beforehand, or moving a little after eating, every small step matters. And don't miss our next video, because I'll show you one powerful 5-minute habit you can use to boost your energy after meals without relying on caffeine. It's simple, science-backed, and could completely change how you feel after eating. I'll see you there.